Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. Welcome to another news video. These fortnightly videos, we're going to look at what's been happening in the English language Pokemon TCG over the last couple of weeks. We're going to see what new variants or promos or new box sets or anything that have come out or anything that's been announced. Got quite a bit of news this week. There's also Thanksgiving week, so if you celebrate that, then happy Thanksgiving. Anyway, let's jump right into it. First thing we're going to take a look at is, are there any updates to previous news items that need to be looked at? And yes, again, for the third week running, we're going to talk about those Asia tournament promos for the Great Ball Leagues and Ultra Ball Leagues. I promise at some point we will have an episode where we don't mention them, but we got to mention them again. So basically, we have gone back and forth a few times on number of promos for the winners, you know, the Pidgeot and the Mews that people have been looking at. Originally, it was thought that there was potentially going to be one tournament per season for the Great Ball and Ultra Ball Leagues in the three countries, and we based some numbers based off that. Then it turned out that there were a lot of tournaments per country. I think 6 per country per season for the Great Ball, and 3 per country per season for the Ultra Ball. Well, there's been some more information that I found out this week, which has changed things again, slightly. Even though the 3 countries that these are being held in, Malaysia, Singapore, and the Philippines, do have age divisions for their tournaments, and the fact that the Premier Ball event, which started their season, did have 3 separate age divisions with 3 separate top 4s for those Terrapagos promos, the Great Ball and Ultra Ball League sessions are being played age combined. That means that while we would have potentially been expecting each tournament to give out 12 copies of the Mew, or at least 6 copies of the Pidgeot with it going to top 2, each individual tournament is now actually only giving out 2 or 4 of these cards. So in reality, what that just means is that the Pidgeot and Mew are rarer than we thought last week, potentially about the same rarity as we thought week 1. We still also do not know if the promos are staying exactly the same for seasons 2 and 3. That is going to be the big turning point on this. Once we know for definite on season 2 and 3, then we'll be able to know the exact numbers of Pidgeot and Mew that are out there. Currently, it's something like 36 copies of Mew are around. I think actually a similar number of Pidgeots. I think it's about double the tournaments, but half the number of cards. So I think it's about 36 copies of each are around currently, and then that number has the potential to triple, just depending on how season 2 and 3 go. But once again, I'm sure there will be another update on these cards in a future video. Let's look next at the products which have been released over the last couple of weeks. There were a huge amount of products actually released because of the fact that we're coming up to the Christmas period, and this week is Black Friday. So there are some products which are made specifically for Black Friday, so we'll get into those. So first off, we have the Terrapagos EX Ultra Premium Collection. This is one of those very, very nice big box sets. There's a lot of stuff that comes in here, but the main things to look at are the exclusive cards. So we have 3 exclusive Black Star promos. They're the gold cards of Cinderace EX and Lapras EX, plus the full art version of Terrapagos EX. All 3 of those cards were kind of held back from Stellar Crown. Those were missing from the set so that they could be put into this premium collection. The collection also features the 8 Basic Energy with the new style of Basic Energy with the numbers 9 to 16 with that new pattern on them, but in a very, very nice cracked ice foiling. So these box sets, you're going to get 1 of each energy in there, and I think there's going to be a lot of people chasing multiples of these sets of energy just because they look really nice. I think people will be blinging out decks with these. We have the Charizard EX League Battle Deck, the latest League Battle Deck to come out. So this one is very good value if you're actually a player, because you get like Prime Catcher, get a couple of Charizards in there. It's a very, very good deck. If you're looking at it from the point of view of a collector, the 3 cards you're going to be looking at in there are 3 copies of Moltres from 151 in non-foil as opposed to foil from the main set. Say if you have 3 people who collect, grab one of these decks, split them up, and you'll each get a Moltres. We now have 2 box sets which we created and basically marketed as Black Friday boxes. These were made to be the big doorbuster kind of sales there. $20 each, so they're good value for the number of packs you get in them. There is a Tyranitar EX box and a Serena EX box. Now, each of these is going to come with just the regular EX of that Pokemon. There's no variation or anything that we know of yet on those. I haven't got my hands on them in person, but from what I can see online, they're exactly the same as the cards in the set. But each one is going to come with Cosmos foil variants of the previous evolutions of that Pokemon. So Larvitar, Pupitar, Bounsweet, and Steenie in Cosmos Foil, all from the Obsidian Flames expansion, will be found in these box sets. Couple of EX boxes that do come with different EXs, new variations or promos. First of all, we have the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX box. That's going to come with a Blackstar promo of Blood Moon Ursaluna, and it's going to come with Cosmos foils of Hoothoot and Noctowl from Temporal Forces. We also have an Ogerpon EX box. This is going to come with a Blackstar promo of Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, and alongside it, it will have Cosmos foils of Teal Mask Ogerpon and Ogre's Mask from Twilight Masquerade. Next product to drop is the Collector's Chest. This comes with, all sorts of goodies in there. There's usually a lot of stickers, that kind of thing. But the main thing we're looking at are these 3 Cosmos foils that come with it. We have a Pikachu from Temporal Forces and Diplin and Teal Mask Ogerpon from Twilight Masquerade. And yes, that is the same Teal Mask Ogerpon that we just saw in the Ogerpon EX box. So you don't need to try and get 2 Cosmos foil Ogerpons, because it is the same one between the 2 sets. We next have one I'm very excited to pick up. We have the Grand Adventure Collection featuring Blackstar promos of Sprigatito and Fuecoco, plus a jumbo card named Terrapagos and Friends. This Sprigatito you can actually get from some gaming stores in the UK, the same way that we got the variant from Paldea Evolved at our GameStops over here in the US. They are getting that Sprigatito. I'm not sure yet if that's an indicator that the Grand Adventure Collection won't be released over there, or if there will be some other way of getting the Fuecoco in the UK and around Europe, but we'll see. Next up, we have a product that I may have missed. I think it came out a couple of weeks ago. We have the Legendary Warriors Premium Collection. This is a large box set with many packs in it. 2 V cards of Zacian and Zamazenta, and then 2 foil cards of Zacian and Zamazenta. Now, normally with a box set like this, I would have assumed that the Zacian and Zamazenta would be Cosmos foil variants, but looking at videos of people opening it, it seems as though they have the exact same foiling as in the set. They have the vertical line foiling that we got with Crown Zenith. So basically for this one, I'm just going to have to treat it as though this has nothing exclusive in it, unless I'm proven otherwise. It also appears that new check lane blisters may be starting to go out. I, again, haven't seen any of these in person myself at any of the stores that I've been to. All I have kind of is a blurry video from a local Facebook group, but it appears to show that the 2 check lane blisters that are coming out have foil Sinistras and Hisuian Arcanines, both from Twilight Masquerade. I'm sure if when they do get a more widespread release, I'm able to pick them up. If there is any sort of change or anything like that we need to note, I'll mention it again in another video. Now, onto some things that have not yet released, but have been announced. There is a leaked image that appears to be showing what some of the cards in the latest McDonald's set are going to be. This is an image that comes from France, but we can kind of get an idea of what's going on here. We can see that Happy Meals are going to have a 15-card set, and the cards that have been shown off are Charizard, Dragapult, Rayquaza, and Dragonite. It's heavily suggested that this is because it is currently the Year of the Dragon in the Chinese Zodiac calendar, so it's tying into that, it seems. Once we know more, once we have a full set list, anything like that, obviously, again, I will update. Interestingly, the cards that are being shown, some of those are old cards. That Charizard is from Vivid Voltage, so we're talking many years ago at this point. But it will be very cool if it is a Year of the Dragon themed set and we're getting 15 iconic dragons. A set of 3 League promos have been announced. This is similar to the set that came out, I think it was around June, where we had Super Rod, Buddy Poffin, and Technical Machine Evolution. The upcoming promos are Pidgey from the 151 set, Rescue Board from Temporal Forces, and Festival Grounds from Twilight Masquerade. Leagues will be getting like a brick of these. I think each league will be getting about 40 or 50 copies of each, and it's kind of up to them how they distribute it. I think the guidelines are that there should be some sort of tournament in order to play for these, but these should be participation promos. There are special dice sets which are for the winners. Which is just a long-winded way of saying there will be thousands of copies of each of these when they actually start getting given out. Please stop paying $50 to unscrupulous league owners for copies of Pidgey right now. Just wait a little bit. I know it's 151 and everyone loves 151, but you will save some money. Just wait until they actually get released. And that way you won't be supporting someone who's breaking the rules, also. Now a couple of products which have been announced for release next year. January 3rd, we're going to be getting 2 new Knockout collections, one featuring Alakazam and one featuring Chenpao. It seems as though these will have just 1 foil card in it, based on the announcement, and then a couple of packs. Most likely they will be Cosmos foil variants of the 2 cards from their respective sets, but we will know for certain when it actually releases. And February 7th is going to be the release date of the Blooming Waters Premium Collection. This is a 151 Premium Collection, lots of packs of 151. It'll come with 2 EX cards of Blastoise and Venusaur, and 2 foil cards of Bulbasaur and Squirtle. This is another one where, when the set actually releases, we will know what foil treatment exactly Bulbasaur and Squirtle have, and we will update then. Last thing to mention is the promo for LAIC, the Latin America International Championships. Now, this promo is actually not in English, but the reason we're going to look at it is it's going to tell us a bit about upcoming English promos. So the card given out at LAIC was Buddy Puff, and it has a reverse holo style, very, very nice Internationals logo. This one looks really, really sweet on the card, the new logo, and also will come in regular, staff, top 8, and champion versions, and of course it is in Portuguese, as basically all Latin America promos have been, apart from the original DCE. English language versions of this card will be available at EUIC in London in February and NAIC in New Orleans in June. And again, each of those 2 events will have different promos with the different tournament name on it, either Europe or North America, and will have player, staff, top 8, and champion versions. Last thing to mention is the promo for LAIC, the Latin America International Championships. Now, this promo is actually not in English, but the reason we're going to look at it is it's going to tell us a bit about upcoming English promos. So the card given out at LAIC was Buddy Puff, and it has a reverse holo style, very, very nice Internationals logo. This one looks really, really sweet on the card, the new logo, and also will come in regular, staff, top 8, and champion versions, and of course it is in Portuguese, as basically all Latin America promos have been, apart from the original DCE. English language versions of this card will be available at EUIC in London in February and NAIC in New Orleans in June. And again, each of those 2 events will have different promos with the different tournament name on it, either Europe or North America, and will have player, staff, top 8, and champion versions. Alright, I think that is it for this episode for these last 2 weeks in Pokemon. If you do think I missed anything, be sure to let me know either in the comments or message me on Instagram, anything like that, and I'll make sure to put it in the next episode and, give you guys a shout out if you correct me on something. And of course, if over the next 2 weeks you see something that you think I again might miss, just message me or leave me a comment. I want to make sure I get everything. Of course, the channel will have more videos between now and then, so hopefully you enjoy those. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again very soon.
We would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who chooses to support the DJ Gigabyte channel on Patreon. Join us to help out and get a look behind the scenes.
Thanks for watching. Check out some more videos right here.
And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Pokemon content from DJ Gigabyte.
Gotta catch 'em all!